You are now locked in to the Sitting Down with the Sisters podcast.
Hi guys.
Hello. Good evening.
Welcome back to another episode of Sitting Down with the Sisters. We are your hosts. I'm Ashley.
I'm Ayo.
And I'm Temi.
And
Welcome.
today we just thought, we just speak and see where it goes. That's the topic.
Vibes.
Yeah, that's literally the topic. Speak and see where it goes.
Vibes.
For those who didn't know, it was Temi's birthday last week.
Yeah, no, last week.
2 weeks,
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Wow. The big 2-4.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that, but thank you very much.
Temi,
guys.
how was your birthday?
I had a great birthday, you guys. I had the best time. I turned 25. Do you know what? I feel like since I was 20, I've been looking forward to 25.
Powerful.
I've just been looking forward to turning that age. I don't know why. And that's why I'm so grateful, because, guys, not everyone sees 25.
It's true.
So I'm thankful to God Almighty for letting me
Look at her already preaching.
such an amazing age, because 25 is a good age. Good age.
Do you feel like a new?
Great age.
Do you feel like a new woman?
I feel like a new woman. I feel like I've literally just started a new journey. I'm in my mid-20s now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
5 years away from 30.
I'm in my mid-20s. It's all right.
That's
People say
crazy.
I'm halfway through 50. That's fine.
That's
as well.
true. You're halfway
Yeah.
to 50.
You're the one that
basically.
keeps saying that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I had a great time.
So then, what did you do for your
What
birthday?
did I do? Do you know what? I didn't really do much, because so guys, let me tell you a little quick story. My friends wanted to plan a surprise something for me. Even though it was successful, it was really nice, but there were a bit of shuffling. But we thank God, because at the end of the day, I'm still happy. I'm still alive.
We still saw her on her birthday.
And I
as
just
well.
love my
Look at her,
friends.
she did that.
Every single one of my friends. I love you guys.
Wow.
But yeah, I'll
What
be
did
honest,
you-
usually I do things for my birthday, but 25 I just couldn't be bothered.
I feel the same way,
I just can't be arsed.
We're all turning 25 this year. It's
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of weird.
It's
and I
using.
have no, thank you. I have no motivation to do anything this year,
It's
but
just
I am
long,
going to do
but you
something.
should.
I
Yeah,
will.
no,
Don't be
definitely should.
me. Yeah.
What did you get as a gift?
Anyway.
That one's getting cut out because
What's your business? You want to drag her of this place?
No, but what's wrong with saying what you got as a gift? I don't
Just want
understand.
to talk about it.
I got a few things, I actually got a few things. Like my friends got me these American sweets. They're so lovely. What else did I get? My parents gave me money. I got shoes. I got different things.
She got a range of things.
a range of
Hallelujah.
things. Yeah.
Something to keep her
I got
warm in the
myself-
cold.
Stop it.
All of this is going out, so I don't know why we're talking.
Anyways,
It's not going
I
out.
was going to ask you, what do you feel like you've learned? Yeah, see, I was going to divert from you. What do you feel like you've learned in your 24th year of life that you're carrying into your 25th year of
Oh,
life?
that's a good question.
No pressure. Do you know what? I feel like it's just the same things that I'm not saying I'm the smartest. Of course, I'm always learning as I go, but it's just literally the same thing. Just reminders, basically. I always remind myself to just always be grateful. Literally, I mentioned that earlier. Just always be grateful. Whatever age you turn, just be grateful. Whatever situation you find yourself, just be grateful. And this sounds completely different to what I've just said, yeah, because it might bring a different vibe, but one thing I always remember is not everyone has the same heart as me.
Wow.
Not everyone has the same upbringing as me. I know it's so random, but literally going into a new year, new age, that was one thing that resonated with me. I'm just, we're all
made
different. And I can't expect everyone to be exactly like me or think the way I think or talk the way I talk, because we're all raised differently.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
This is random, yeah, but I want to talk about it
Oh,
because
okay.
I saw it happening, yeah.
Go
But
on.
basically, if you're aware, earlier this week was Valentine's Day,
Right.
and
We're getting there.
Yeah,
Don't
we're getting
worry,
there,
let's warm
and somebody tweeted something that made me laugh. They were basically like, this year there was so many people only sharing the back of people's heads and and people's foreheads or
Really?
people's hands. And I just want to know what you girls think that's about, because I've noticed just the normal regular Joes are not showing people's faces.
Do you know who I think should go first?
Who do you think?
I think Ashley should go
Oh,
first.
okay.
Do you know why?
Do you have
'Cause
some experience
she's
in that
laughing, so she
department?
might have a lot to say about that. Why don't you take the floor,
Do you know what? I think people should just mind their business. People are not.
I agree with you, if I'm
people
honest.
are not entitled to see who someone is
Why?
with,
Right.
not just on Valentine's Day, but any day.
But you're showing him to us.
Pardon.
But people show him, like they show their, like you show the partner. So why are you not doing?
But I'm not
going
but
the whole way.
Everyone, like you just said previously, you learned that everyone is not the same as you.
Right.
Therefore, you cannot expect for other people to do what you would do.
You're not answering my question.
What is your
Basically,
question?
what I'm getting at, all jokes aside, is I understand like if you want to share your partner, or if you don't want to share your partner. But I think what I was getting at is basically, are you showing him or not? Or are you showing your partner, not him, but them? Because
because this is
because men do it too.
Yeah.
Are you showing your partner or are you not? So if you're showing a little bit or you're not showing all of it, what does it mean, Ashley?
Yeah, bro.
Back to you, babes.
Again, I don't really think it means anything.
Okay, let me ask a different question.
Actually doing
No, okay, no. On a serious note, though, I do think that there's a limit. Like, I think when you're going to extra lengths to hide the person, like emoji
Like
on the face,
blurring,
blurry,
yeah.
like that is a lot. Just
I think
don't
it's
show.
even disrespectful to the person because
But some people don't mind.
Yeah.
No, honestly,
I
there's
get
some
that,
people
but
that
No,
don't
I get that,
mind.
but at the same time,
Because
it's a bit
what?
like
You're
It's
telling
even-
me your partner wouldn't know you're posting a picture of them with an emoji.
That's what I'm
over
saying.
their
It's
face. Like,
either you post a picture where their face is already not in it, but don't go and put an emoji. That also it makes the picture look low quality.
yeah,
It makes
it's
it look
classless.
Classless. And then when you're blurring, it's like, okay, now we're acting like we're celebrities. Because what my question was going to be is, why do you think there's a rise on that in just normal social circles? We're all just normal people.
do you know why I
Normal
think there's a
Instagram.
rise on that?
Why?
Because I think people are starting to realize it's not necessarily evil eye, but when it comes to relationships, people are a little bit too inner on social media.
And people can be bad mind as well.
They always want to know your business because obviously at first I was saying, you know, if you're going to show, you might as well show. I was joking because you're entitled to post what you want to post. But at the same time, I do understand why people don't show the full extent because it's like, I want you to know I'm not single. But at the same
that's fair.
time, it's just like, you don't need to know who I'm with. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's say, for example, I'm at dinner and I post his hand like with my food, like that's not your, do you know what I mean? Like, I need
It's
you
not
to
your
know
business.
I'm with my babes enjoying my life, but you don't need to know who my babes
Are you
is because
speaking
that's
from
when-
experience? The hand in the.
I am speaking from experience. I have done that. I'm going to be very transparent. I've done that and I'm giving my reasoning behind it. What's funny?
It's her.
Oh, yeah. So do you know what I mean? I've done that in the past. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it again. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's why I understand when people do it.
I'm so glad you said that as well because I don't believe in evil eye.
Yeah.
I don't believe people have that much power over you. First of all, I'm covered
you're a
by the
Christian,
blood of
yeah.
Jesus.
By the
So
blood,
regardless
I'm
of
a
what you're
child.
wishing, it will come back
Right,
to
10
you.
times.
That's not what I'm wishing, but just know whatever you say, what you sow is what you. What's the saying?
What you sow is what you reap,
Yeah. But at the same time, I do think people can be very bad minded.
It can be malicious.
Very, very
Literally,
bad mind. Like the things I hear that some people are doing, like you see someone post who they're with, their face, everything. You're now going
Then all
to
of a
find them
sudden,
on
that's what I was gonna
socials.
talk about.
Like, it's weird.
Because
Very
there is
weird.
this
People
craze,
love to
there's this
talk
craze
and look at other
nowadays
people's business,
with
yeah.
normal
And not to say
just-
that's what they'll do with me or with
Yeah, no,
even,
no,
like
no,
again,
no.
like you said, we're not
Of
celebrities,
course.
but I just think people are weird.
But there is definitely like people. There's husband watchers or whatever you call them, like boyfriend watchers
Or girlfriend watchers.
and girlfriend watchers and girlfriend snatchers. And boyfriend snatchers. There definitely are because influencers have even experienced it where they
Wow.
won't show their man's face. But they'll maybe say what he does, or maybe they'll refer to something or something.
And people can
find him.
They find him, and
Immediately.
all of a sudden,
I don't think that's nice.
we broke up because of infidelity.
It's not nice because that's when people decide it's story time or they want to come to this person
Yeah,
as a woman, as a
yeah.
man, or you
That
find
was happening a lot on
stories.
Valentine's Day as well. People were coming to people as a woman and as a man.
Do you know what? Like, we're not entitled. At the end of the day, we're not entitled to see anything.
No, but do you know how sad that is though?
It's sad.
No, it's really
Do you know what
sad.
it is? Guys, if you're going to be in a relationship, be in that relationship.
And do it with
Don't be
pride.
in 5 relationships at once. Unless you're letting that person know that
Unless
you're in
the
5
person knows that it's an open relationship, so they can be having relationships
If
on
that's
their
what they
end
want
as
to
Because on
do.
well.
Valentine's Day, somebody was probably waiting for you to take them out, and then they saw you in the shard, and they were not with you.
Funnily enough, yeah, that was speaking about Valentine's. You know the thing that you sent into the group chat
God.
about how I wanted to speak about this year.
Remember the girl whose boyfriend
Oh,
stood her up on
so
Valentine's
for those who
Day.
don't know, yeah, there was a story on Twitter, and it was basically how
A girl got stood up on
It's
Valentine's
basically
Day.
how a girl got stood up on Valentine's Day because by her boyfriend because her boyfriend's female best friend
Was alone.
was
like, got
alone,
stood up,
and
yeah.
so he decided to
went
go
out
out with her with his
Basically,
female
a
best
girl-
friend.
Yeah, so basically, a girl had a man. That man decided not to do Valentine's with his
her,
girl.
but instead
So the
decided to
girls-
do it with his best friend.
No.
No, he went with his female best friend.
No, but I was gonna say in a different way.
Oh,
so basically, this guy, this girl, has a man, but he decided not to take her out. She's expressed this to her male best friend, and her male best friend, who also has a girlfriend, has said, you know what? I'm gonna take you out on Valentine's Day, even though I have a babes that I should be taking out on
No,
Valentine's
she got
Day.
stood up.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, but I
yeah.
said it the other way around.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
So yeah,
So yeah.
there's a lot to
You
unpack
get it,
there.
yeah. It's just it's
It
a
was
mess.
actually a TikTok, and then obviously someone's
it to
tweeted it,
Twitter.
and it's just wow, guys.
What do you guys think of that?
I don't really have much to say. But I want to be very honest.
It was very shocking to me, honestly.
No, but what do you actually say? Say if your partner,
Right.
yeah, came to you and said, "Babe, I know we had plans like for Valentine's Day. I know you're so understanding, but you know, like I need to be there for my best friend."
Sorry?
Like, so you know,
Sorry?
I'm gonna do something with her, and then we can do something at a later date. That's
It
not
shows-
Valentine's.
Do you know what it is? It shows that you're a poor decision maker, because the fact that you're expecting me to still be there once you've come back home is another question. I don't understand how, because it's one day, you know, that she'll be all right.
It's true.
Like she'll actually
It's
be
so
okay.
true.
Like, and
That
I
same
also think
reasoning.
that girl doesn't respect his girlfriend, because how can you allow a man that's your male best friend to not take out his girlfriend to take you out to comfort you on Valentine's Day?
There's crack in the air.
I can't entertain it.
That's what I
because
think.
you know why I can't entertain it? Because there's no way it can happen to me. I'm telling you now. It's just it can't happen to me.
And I think we're understanding, but we're not that understanding because
No,
that doesn't
that's
it doesn't
not
make sense.
understanding
Yeah,
anymore.
it doesn't make sense.
At that point, you're not even understanding.
It's not
At
even
that
something
point,
that will happen to
I don't
me,
even
so-
think he probably told her, because if you
Because
tell your girlfriend
if-
that, what's going on?
If she stays at her, is she gonna die?
That's what I want to know. And I don't know. I wouldn't.
You've
feel
cancelled plans.
I wouldn't feel comfortable as the girl that got taken out to be taken out, knowing fully well that he has a girlfriend.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
couldn't do that.
Valentine's Day. Like, to me, I just don't understand.
It's weird.
Yeah, Valentine's Day was a very interesting one. What did you guys get up to?
Me, I'm single, so
What did you get up to, Ayo?
nothing.
What
I
did
was
you
like-
actually? What did you actually do on the
what I did?
14th? That was
Do I
Monday,
even
wasn't
remember
it? Wasn't it on Monday?
What did I
you
do on Monday?
Like, what did you do? Yeah.
I woke up.
Yeah.
I was grateful for my life. I read my Bible. I prayed. And then I was waiting on updates from my babes that have Valentines to let me know how their Valentines was
babes?
going. I don't need to. They don't. If they want to reveal who had their Valentines, they can reveal it. But me,
You're so
I was just casually in my house. I was with my sister. Yeah, I was eating.
Oh, that's nice.
Doing my
Sisterly
work.
Valentines.
No,
Oh,
even anyway, no.
you didn't have Galentines.
I don't do Galentines, really.
Oh.
I
Why not?
Do you know what
What's wrong
it is?
with
That's a lie
Galentine?
because we did it.
No, but we didn't call it Galentine's. Let
But it is
explain-
Galentine's.
Let me
You've
explain,
uploaded it
no, but let me
Galentine.
explain why I said it like that. Is because it's okay not to have a boyfriend, you know, and it's
It
okay
is.
not to have a girlfriend.
Facts.
I feel like the way people were acting is that if they don't have a romantic
It's the end
partner,
of
it's
the
the end of the world, it's the
Yeah.
end of the road. Me, I was happy. Me, I also like seeing people in love. It's not a thing where I now need to console myself and have Galentine's.
Or you
Of a
see it
lie.
and you feel a certain type of way.
I'm very
of a
comfortable being single at the very.
And I love that
present
about you because
moment.
you're always happy for other people.
Ah,
Always.
Ashley, how was your Valentine's?
It was really nice.
What
thank
did you do, babe? What?
I went away. She guys do this every
You
time.
left to London.
Yeah.
She didn't say that. She said she went away.
Where do you went to? Where to?
Go away to Streatham.
Okay.
That's what, is that what you went?
That's really nice though. I'm happy for
Did
you.
you have a great time?
It was actually a really, really nice time. It was
Aw.
quiet, chill.
Aww.
It was your
The weather
first
wasn't
proper
the
Valentine's
yeah.
as well.
This is the first
Yeah, how was the
proper.
weather?
I've never celebrated Valentine's.
I know. I feel
Wow,
you. Me
we're
too.
happy
It hasn't
for
happened
you.
for me. I'm 24 years old.
So it was nice. The weather wasn't great, but regardless, it was still special.
the company.
I
was
love
what
that.
Yeah,
made
went
it.
out to eat, went
Beautiful.
bowling.
She looked
went
beautiful.
to the
On her
pits.
Instagram.
Absolutely.
Oh, no, it's not
gorgeous,
on there
babe.
anymore.
Oh,
Right. Okay. That's
Absolutely
fine.
gorgeous, babe.
Tell me, what about you?
Do you know what? It was a Monday, and do you know what? Yeah, I actually woke up in a bad mood that day.
Oh,
because
why?
just so much was happening to me the day before. Like I had a flat tire the day before. Like I was just so upset.
Driver problems.
Yeah,
Honestly.
it wasn't cute, and it was raining, it was pouring, so I had to literally stand still and wait for like breakdown service to come. It was crazy. So I woke up with a bit of a cold, like it was just, yeah, but I had work, so I worked. I worked, and then yeah, it was a good one.
Oh, okay.
Amazing.
Well,
Yeah. Moving on swiftly. So obviously we were talking about what's it called? Earlier, before we started this actual episode, we were talking about, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's this thing on, not on BT, it's on YouTube, but I think it's sponsored by
BT. It's BT on YouTube.
Right. And it's called Dating Black in the UK. So obviously they've got a lot of, not famous people, but people with quite big platforms,
people with a following,
just to sit together and just talk just about the dating scene. It sounds very cliche, but it was quite an interesting watch.
You know, it's before you even finish saying what you're going to say, something just pops into my head now.
Yeah.
Because when that was announced, if you see the outrage that came from black people
Really?
about
Why?
it, I think we should talk about that as well first.
Ooh, what were they saying?
Basically, when it dropped, so obviously they dropped like a few images of the people that would be in it, and they obviously dropped what the name of it was going to be.
Yeah.
And basically the rhetoric around it was, why are black people always talking about dating? Why are you making a whole show about relationships and stuff? And basically tearing the show down before they'd ever seen a trailer, ever seen an episode.
Oh, you know how some black people are like.
Do you know
what ideas are you coming up with is my question, because what are you doing to change the narrative?
Yeah.
Because I understand what you're saying, but what are you doing to make a difference?
Nothing,
And do you know what another thing is
Because
as
you're
well?
watching, because it has a lot of views. I saw.
I don't know why as black people we do this, and I used to be one of these people, but whenever we see like not even a lot of black people doing it, but quite a few influencers or people have a phone or whatever, we automatically think that field or that category or that now is oversaturated.
Right.
But when we see white people doing it, like how
It's the
many
norm.
shows do we have white people
You've got to take me
talking
out.
about
You've got dinner
relationships,
date.
Love Island, all of these things, like, and then but when black people do it, also it's too much.
Yeah.
It's the
Oh,
same
what?
thing when
Like,
it came
is
up
there
on Twitter. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, when people were saying, oh, we're recycling the same black influencers on these shows, but you don't complain when you see, oh, it's Molly May, it's all these
Love
do
Island.
you get what I'm
like,
saying? I don't know
yeah.
why as black people we do that.
I feel like we just expect too much from ourselves, or we just because we're familiar with each other, because it's obviously black people and we relate, we just get too familiar and we feel like we can just bombard and just be negative and just say whatever. That's what I think it really is, because what other reason could it be? Like,
it's very
just not
disrespectful.
nice.
I also think sometimes people want to be heard in it, and I think the people that are crying a lot of the time are just projecting, because maybe their voice isn't loud enough. People are not listening to their opinions, and they just feel like, oh, since nobody's hearing my opinions, we should stop talking about it. We've talked about it enough. But it's like, no, to be honest, there's always time for conversation. That's why podcasts are a good thing, because there's always
even
need for
podcasts are being bashed again.
Men specifically.
Like, men, do you know what I mean? Like, men are getting bashed. Like, sorry, men can't do anything.
Yeah,
men can't have fun.
Men can't do anything.
They can't be happy.
They can't be happy. They cannot dance.
You can't do
They can't go on the
anything.
360 camera. They can't do anything in this life. If you're a man, it's suffering
sorry.
and sadness.
All you should be doing is go in gym and that's it.
That's
Like,
it.
why do you guys want men to be sad? I don't understand. I've never understood this narrative. Like, every day you want men to be sad.
People are being bullied out of doing their gym content online.
Men are being bullied for making their girls feel nice on their birthdays, on Valentine's Day.
Do you know what that got to me? I can't let go of. Just simple 360 a camera.
No, that was wild.
They can't stand with their boys up close.
And do you know what's so crazy?
They're hiding behind the whole, oh, it gives me the ick. No, it doesn't.
You're just upset for
And
no
guys,
reason.
can I say something? I'm even though we talk about this quite a bit as women, yeah, but I'm gonna say something that a lot of people don't say. You men that actually conform, because I know some of them be doing it. Don't get twisted. I can understand, because obviously it's the pressure. You feel like you don't want to come across a certain way. Don't listen to women.
Don't listen.
Do what makes
Do
you
what
happy.
makes you
If you wanna do your gym content, I beg you do it. If you wanna go on 360, just because women are saying do what you
Go
wanna
for
do.
it. Because if you want to start a podcast, go for it.
Because you know what's crazy, yeah? with the male podcast slander, I can understand where the heart of it was at, because
I do.
The specific podcast that they were referring to, a very misogynistic
Yeah,
podcast.
the one in America.
But
That was
then-
understandable.
and so-
They are
But
quite
how
a
it
few, there are quite
translated
a
and
few.
turned into
men
men
podcast,
all together.
It was like men shouldn't
all
speak.
together. There's only one podcast that we're gonna watch. No, it's not nice. Let
Like,
men do what they want to do.
because I know a couple male podcasts. I can list them now. There's 90s Babies. There's the Pull Up podcast. There's Unfiltered podcast. There's so many different podcasts that have substance out there.
Right.
But because your radar is not for substance, your radar is for trash.
And it's not
That's why
nice.
you're always beating
And
down
they love the
people.
gossip. They love the drama.
You love it. That's why you're there as well. There are men making podcasts on tech. There's men making podcasts on finance.
Do you get what I'm saying?
But you're only looking at the one sector, and you're criticizing all men. You're
putting it in one category.
I also hate the narrative that men shouldn't speak, because in your relationship, when you don't want him to speak, it's now you're angry.
It's a problem. But you on Twitter telling men to not speak.
but what are men saying?
It's a good question.
It's just I'm not trying to be toxic,
No,
you guys,
I
you
hear
know.
it.
But what are men saying?
It's about what they're saying at the end of
What
the day.
are they
If you're
saying?
saying rubbish,
And that's
we
why
ain't
I
here for
said
it.
it's
Because it matters. I don't wanna sit
maybe
here-
it's not that men need to stop podcasts. It's you need to actually change what you're tuning into.
That's it. That's what I'm asking, because really and truly, like, I don't. Okay. Yeah.
No, say what you wanna
but
say.
literally, what are men? I genuinely believe, I'm a big advocate of men doing whatever it is in this life that they want to do.
Yes,
Absolutely.
always.
Be yourselves, innit? But
Be
my
free.
thing is, unfortunately, it's just the world we live in, because misogyny, unfortunately, is a thing.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, women, you know, we have our gender roles. Unfortunately, as much as we want to change the narrative and erase all of that, it's still a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm asking when I say what are men saying is, like you said, what are men saying? But they're just certain times when men do not have to talk.
When are those times?
Yeah.
They're just
give us
certain
an
times,
ex-
like,
give us
when
an
you're in
example.
Women's business,
Okay,
bro.
that's
You
fair.
don't need to speak
But I'm
about
not gonna
women's
lie.
hairstyles, man.
Women are talking about men.
We shouldn't.
Oh,
We
so you're saying
shouldn't
it's okay.
I'm sorry.
I just think it's not. I don't think it's realistic.
Can I
you
be
know?
honest? I talk about. Yes, I talk about what men should do with their hairs, but I know I shouldn't be, because I wouldn't like it if a man tells me you look better with braids. No, I wouldn't.
Wait,
let's
but
call a
Thames,
spade a spade.
Let's be honest, yeah. Let's be real. There's never going to be a day where men are going to stop talking about women.
But
and there's
I'm
never
not
going to be a
saying,
day that
I'm
women
not
will
saying
stop
it's
talking
not
about
going to
men.
stop, but I'm saying everyone should just mind their business. We can try to mind our businesses.
Okay.
Everyone should face their front. Let women cut their hair. Let men grow their hair. Let everyone do what they want.
Stop policing people's choices.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We can all make that
and
effort.
remember,
You're
as well,
right.
everyone has a preference, and I don't think it's nice that you should people should bombard someone because they have a
Yeah,
certain preference.
true.
Me personally, maybe I can't have a man that has a certain hairstyle, but do what you want.
That's not for all men. It's just for the men that she wants. Hallelujah.
And it's working for her.
Do you know what's interesting?
Like a man that talks a lot, not for me, but do what you want.
Fair enough. But you know what's interesting on the topic
Yeah,
of
go
what she's
on.
talking about preferences? Because the topic of preferences came out, like, it's always a topic anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But women were talking about wigs, and there was a problem. Because basically there was
Oh,
the
gosh.
women that
What
were
happened?
basically, why are always the natural babes always like coming for the babes with the wigs, but then the wig babes were saying
What were they saying?
basically there's black women that believe that other black women that wear wigs need to steer away from Eurocentric beauty standards and start embracing
Their
wearing
natural
more
hair.
natural hairstyles.
Okay.
And then there's the other black women that are like, it's up to me what I want to do with my hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's so many different microcosms of people, because
Right.
there are people that obviously hate their natural hair, but they don't know how to say it with their mouth, so they'll use the lingo of
it's
wig is
protective, easier to have a wig,
protective.
wig, blah blah blah.
You know, there's a sliding scale.
Yeah.
But yeah, preference.
Do you know what? I think it all depends on where it's coming from, the purpose of why you're saying what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people do it to bash. A lot of people do it because they're doing, I'm better than you because I've got my natural hair. Or this and that.
Superiority
Do you know what I mean?
complex.
Superiority
Yeah.
complex. But like, it just depends on why you're saying. If you're genuinely saying it because you care, but there's a certain extent you've got to care to. It's still their hair. It's not yours. There's only so much you can push for someone to do something. Why are you even pushing in the first place? You can give advice.
I think you can have a
show you-
preference, but from when you start to degrade and bash other people, that's no longer a preference. That's
Yeah.
you being judgmental,
Absolutely.
and portraying hate.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, I do see where those people come from when I think there's a way to say it. I think there's a way to state your preference and to also encourage other women to be like, oh, you know what, why, like, to dig deep and ask yourself, okay, why is it that you don't want to wear your natural hair out? Why is it that you want your hair to be this way or that way or etc.? But it shouldn't now be that you've made it your ministry day and night
to be
you're on the TL, to be bashing, degrading, hating. It's a lot.
It is.
No, let people do what they want. This isn't. It's literally going back to what I said. Everyone needs to focus on themselves. I know, like Ayo said, it's impossible because we're always going to be in each other's business.
Right.
Like, but we can try. Just know when you're taking it too far and when you're making people feel bad about how they rock their hair or what they do with themselves. You know.
100%.
But I feel like we didn't touch on the.
Yeah, go. What you saying?
So just quickly, for those that have watched it, the BET YouTube talking about dating black in the UK. So one of the girls on there, I don't remember her name, but she mentioned something about the game being rigged. And I just wanted to know what you guys thought of it. Basically, she said, you know, there's certain people that come on social platforms. It's usually the ones that have big followings, you know, because then a lot of people are likely to see them. They just talk about their ideal partner, or they bash other people for certain looks that they have, or having a big belly, or, you know, but saying stuff like, oh, never me, my partner would not have that, or this is what, basically painting a picture of what the ideal partner is.
Right.
And apparently people like that would literally come, and when they've settled, I don't know if I want to use the word settle, but when they found the person they want to spend the rest of their lives with, they're not up to scratch. They don't sit with the standards that they've said previously.
Right.
And apparently that puts a lot of pressure on women and men, I guess, because it's just like the person you've ended up with is they're not even ugly, or there's nothing wrong with them, it's just normal. But because you set high expectations, people have expected higher for you, because this is the kind of babes you said you want to be with nice curves, with big boobs, with big bum, nice hair, you know. But she doesn't have all of that. The person, like the woman you've ended with, doesn't have all of that. So then the game is rigged, apparently, because of stuff like that, and stop putting pressure on other people to make themselves look perfect because of the things that you're posting online. What do you guys think of that?
Oh, do you want to go first?
Do you know, I don't know if it's that the game is rigged or that people talk too much in it, because
that's what I was going to say.
Genuinely, I think the conversation around looks and aesthetics is too much.
Yeah.
Every day it's women that look like this is the preference, or every day it's like, but you don't actually need to talk too much, because maybe the babe that's in your DMs that you're really interested in right now looks nothing like that.
Yeah.
And maybe if you hadn't spoken so much, there wouldn't be that much.
And unfortunately, it always ends up coming back on women. The reason I say that is because, you know, the whole thing of women, you know, investing more in their looks, and men are the ones with the money. Do you know what I mean? Not to say women don't look at men with certain looks, like, or looks aren't important for men, but as a woman, you've got to invest in the way you look. You've got to do your nails, you've got to do your hair. So unfortunately, it does fall back on women, you know.
Do you feel like women are easily swayed by all the things that they see on social media and start adapting their looks to that?
I feel like they don't realise they are, you know. It's a subconscious thing.
And also they can be intentionally. I think it's both. It's subconsciously and consciously as well. Because sometimes you don't even... I don't think people realise how much your subconscious can actually, how much you can be driven by your subconscious,
especially because of how much you soak in on social media.
You can see, especially if you're scrolling all day long, you can see something, and then later on you realize, actually, oh, I want to do my hair like this, but it's actually because you saw a picture of a woman, or because you saw a picture that a man was praising how she looked a certain way, and then later on you were like, you didn't realize, but your subconscious was like, oh, I want to look that way.
And it's so unfortunate, because a lot of these things that we do see on the internet, when you translate it to the real world, it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. Reality is a lot different from Twitter.
It's too much talking.
You're talking too much.
It's not necessarily that the game is rigged, maybe to a certain extent, or like a little bit, but it's too much talking.
Because your preference is allowed to change as well. Because what I think is the problem with social media is that when you say one thing, you're supposed to believe that for the rest of your life. That doesn't make sense.
You change,
Nobody
you
in
evolve.
this life operates like that.
What you were attracted to when you were in your teen, is that what you're attracted to
when
now?
you were 5, did you think the things that you're thinking now when you're 25 years old? It doesn't even
people
make sense.
People grow, people change, they evolve.
And I
Absolutely.
think what's also lost on social media is people don't have a mind of their own. So more often than not, you see people saying things, but that's not how they operate in their real life.
Yeah.
So then that's why when they then have this woman that people are shocked that they have, they're like, the game is rigged. But it's not that the game is rigged. Sometimes people just talk to talk, but they have a brain, but it doesn't show on social media.
And a lot of people as well, their preference isn't actually their preference.
Exactly, it's a fake.
They don't
preference.
like what they like. They like it because other people like it.
And that's with fashion.
That's
that
true,
happens
you
with
know.
fashion. That happens with so many things. Like, I think a guy said it recently that I was around. He was like, you know those trainers that everybody was wearing at a point. He thought they were ugly. I can't remember which.
Probably the Balenciagas.
But then
like
he saw it so many times on socials that it made him buy it. And then you wouldn't clock it. I think it
And
happens to
that's what
everybody.
I was talking about.
Yeah.
Your subconscious. When you see something so much, you'll think that, oh, I need that. That's how I need to look. That's what I need to have. And that's not the case.
that's the dangerous
And you have to be
side of social
strong-minded.
media. You got to actually be an individual and do what you want to do and what makes you happy, unfortunately.
Yeah, because I actually do think people having their own mind and stuff nowadays is a miracle when you see people like
It's really sad.
that don't sway like with the wind.
Because it shouldn't be a miracle. This should be an everyday thing. This is something that we should see all the time. Just everyone being individuals.
Right.
But fortunately, people want to be sheep and follow.
I just feel like when we were younger, we were also encouraged to have our own minds. But I think now we're not really. You're encouraged to be a sheep, because if you don't have an opinion that matches the majority, you then seem like you're either a contrarian, or you seem like you are
You're
like
just
a pick me,
weird, yeah.
or like you. It's so easy to become all of these words, but no one in this.
But
life
it's just that
is
you
an
just have a
extreme.
different opinion.
Yeah, and you're allowed to have a different opinion.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I
So
don't
true.
know.
I feel like you wanted to say something earlier, but I feel like because I was saying something and you were going to say something.
No, I think I
You
said
it's,
it.
it's gone, yeah?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
said it. I preach already.
You already
Preach.
preached, yeah?
But yeah, what did we catch up on? Obviously, birthday, Valentine's Day.
Tinder
just
Swindler, we should talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I watched it finally.
Oh,
These
my
two-
God.
Peter Head.
Peter is down.
My enemies are after me.
250k. I did it.
Send it.
Do you know,
send it,
guys?
Enemies are after me.
Do you know the girl at the very end? What's her name? Aelina.
She is a G.
That girl, yeah, she's
the
powerful.
smartest one of
And you know,
them
if you're
all.
watching, you're powerful.
We don't want to ruin it. If you haven't
Because,
watched
do you
it,
know,
don't leave.
I don't even want to do the whole like victim blaming or victim shaming.
Yeah.
Oh, it can never be me.
A lot of
Okay,
girls were doing that.
okay, fair. It can never be you. We know. We heard you, sis, loud and clear. But
I think it could be a lot of people, sorry.
It could be anybody.
If we're going to be real. It
could be anybody.
Some of you saw
Some of you-
private
some
jet.
of-
You were there. That's where you will be.
some of you, the real conversation is not that you will give money. You're giving something else.
Oh.
Let's start there.
Hey.
But what I wanted to say.
Ouch. Okay. Go on.
What I wanted to say, right, is this girl, yeah, I don't think you're deep in how powerful she is. This girl was with him for 14 months. Those other girls, they'd known him for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months or less. She'd been with him 14 months. She didn't cry.
She said,
She didn't shake. She said, I'm gonna get my money back.
I'm going to be Amazon, eBay, in the life, in the
And
flesh.
in the interview, her phone went off. She said, "Oh, I just got a notification. Someone wants to buy one of his items."
Speak of the devil.
Yeah, she said, "Oh, he doesn't know that it was me." Hi, Simon.
Do you know how smart
What's
that
a
is?
G?
Because she said, it's not going to be me. That
And
you're
she,
going to catch like
the
a rat
amount of money she
on the
gave as well. Even though
highway.
how much did she give? 140,000, right?
Something like that.
Something like
Can
that.
you imagine?
She
People
said,
were giving
"I'm
house
getting my
deposits
money
to this
back."
man. House deposits they were giving.
I don't know.
Sorry,
no.
but guys, can we just, because we're going to round up, guys, because obviously we've been talking for a long time.
Yeah.
We have,
But
you
like,
know.
there was a point, yeah. Don't you think that the private jet on your first date is a red flag?
That's a red flag for me.
Is it
Oh,
not?
what? Sorry?
You know how the babe? It was after the first date, private jet.
Yeah.
Flying out.
I'm not gonna
That's
lie.
a red flag.
I saw
for
the
me.
comments that people were making, and she was very emotional. People called her gold digger and everything. Yeah, at first I was thinking, why would people call her gold
But
digger? 'Cause
that's-
was
she's
willing
not
to
a
help
gold
him.
digger.
She's
That
not a
doesn't
gold
make
digger.
sense.
She's not a
Said
gold.
that.
She's not a gold digger at all. But when I saw that part of like flying the private jet, I was just like, oh sis,
Like, you didn't even
She's
think about
not a
your
gold
safety.
digger.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah,
just
no,
like,
I
oh,
guess
it's not gold
that's what I was
digger.
gonna say. There was no regard for your safety whatsoever.
You don't know how you're going to get back to your home.
You met him on
she
Tinder.
saw someone with money. She went, oh, and
Nice
I get it.
experience.
Like,
It's
YOLO.
an experience.
It's an experience,
But it's not safe.
It's not
when
safe.
your babe, you're telling your babes in the WhatsApp, they're even saying, babe, this might not
It's
be the
not
right.
safe at all.
And you're like, YOLO.
YOLO.
YOLO could have meant you were in the Middle East for the rest of your life. I'm sorry. But we thank God for
No,
your
but
life.
imagine if he was, because you know there's some people who do fraud. They're very dangerous. They're not just
Extremely.
dangerous with their finances. They're dangerous. They can
And it's
kill
not just
you.
fraud. It's then human trafficking on top.
Duh.
It's of so many different wickedness.
What if
that
now
they're engaging in.
he was just ready to sell you so that he can get money? What would you
if
have
that was-
done?
what if that was his business plan?
Do you know as well? Yeah, I saw a comment. I know we're rounding up, but I just wanted to touch on this really quickly.
Yeah.
But someone was basically like how it's wild how he's out and about, like, you know, he's in Israel, he has a new girlfriend. I'm sure the girlfriend has probably seen like the articles now, whatever, blah blah blah. But someone was like, yeah, how if he was a black man,
I don't want to talk about it.
yeah, you already know.
I want
to hear.
And thank you so much, guys, for watching this episode. No, yeah, it's true. Well, listen, you know, when I saw it, when I saw it, if this was a black man, I said.
They were basically like, oh, he'd be in jail already, and if it was black women, they wouldn't have documentary. I said, okay.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I just saw that if it was a black man, there would be no way he'd be out and about roaming the streets, still posting on socials,
because why
still
is he
living
still
it up
in the streets? There's all the evidence there.
I don't get
He went
it.
to prison for 5 months,
And then
he was supposed to have what 20-something months. He got out in 5.
When he was out like this.
even 20-something months.
I know.
It's not up to 2 years. Anyway,
Sha.
That's not my business. Me, I'm living my life. No one is frauding me. So
Simon.
so nice watch.
Watch
Very,
yourself.
very entertaining.
Watch
I can't
yourself.
lie.
Peter.
Very, very entertaining.
Peter, I want to hear your side of the story, Papa.
You know, he said, obviously, I saw some screenshots about him posting on Instagram. He said, oh, guys, it's obviously fake. Why would I be acting?
He put a statement.
He said, why would I be acting in the Netflix? He wasn't acting in the series.
You weren't acting.
he didn't watch it.
They were using his pictures.
He didn't watch it.
His
Papa.
voice notes that he'd already sent. He didn't act in it.
I don't know if he's watched it before he came out.
He hasn't watched it. He didn't watch it.
Peter, I want to know your side of the story.
I don't care.
Because
bro.
you had blood coming out the side. Was it you that slapped yourself on there? Did you break bottle on your head?
You know, at the end when they said, they reached out to Simon to ask if he could be a part of it.
yeah.
I was really hoping that Peter would say something. Because how many times are you going to use Peter?
They're all working together.
It's
There's
an
no other
operation.
It's a scheme.
Even the babe,
It's a proxy,
his baby
scheme.
mum. Yeah, his baby mum that was on the first
that's
day on
even
the
his
private
real baby
jet.
mum and his real
Apparently, she was
child.
maybe one of his first exploits, and now she's part of the team.
Does he even have a daughter?
That's a good question.
Guys, I'm sorry, it was entertaining.
Very.
as
It was. It
hell.
actually was. It's
I
sad
literally
that they
sat
were
there like,
defrauded out of all that money.
And I really hope they make
Do you
it
know they're
back.
still
Yeah.
paying back as
Of
well?
course, they're
So
even setting up
sad.
GoFundMe. And
Tell me,
I feel like
it's
Netflix.
250,000. You think you're going to pay that back in 2 months?
I feel like Netflix should have covered their debts
$250
because, like, I don't understand how much did they get paid to make the documentary. I feel like the Netflix.
I think they probably
should
didn't
have
get
covered-
paid.
No, you do. You have to.
To make the doc.
You have
Not
to.
always. No, not always.
No. Well, Netflix, I think you should have helped them.
Yeah,
Sha.
that's what
because
I agree with you. They should have.
You should have, but
most
you-
documentaries you wouldn't
because-
get paid.
Do you know what I'm saying? And this is just a message to all of you lot that love money. Your eye is green. Be careful. When you're meeting somebody on the internet, it's not that you should be acting like you've known them for years.
And to our women out there,
Choose
even
caution.
not even just
Choose
women,
peace.
to our women and men. This is my last point. To our women and men who are on dating apps,
Hallelujah.
be careful.
Be very afraid.
Don't think that a Google search is enough because people can lie on Google. People can manipulate, as you can see from this show.
Simon.
LLD Diamond.
Simon
Even
Laviv.
parading to be somebody else that he's not.
Simon Laviv. Baby girl Googled, she didn't find.
Let's be careful, please.
Watch and pray.
Guys, no, joke.
Please.
Jokes aside, be careful.
The Holy Spirit will never
Make
leave
sure
you wrong.
that's it.
Because this one we're laughing.
use wisdom.
Yeah, this
don't
one
just be
we're-
meeting up with anybody. Let's not do that.
Do
Come
you know
on.
what I mean? This one we're laughing because it's just money that they've exploited. Like people do worse.
Worse.
Like people
All for love.
are taken for what? So guys, honestly, please
Don't put your
if you're
life on the
dating,
line for love.
Be careful.
And don't be
if
at a-
it's Hinge, if it's was it Tinder,
Everyone.
if it's
Even
Bumble,
if it's Christian Mingle, whichever one it is,
I'm
be
begging
careful.
you, take
And
your
also,
time.
you lot that are Simons in disguise, don't be a financial abuser.
We've been. Do you know what's so funny?
Find a job.
We've been preaching this since the first season.
You already
we don't
know.
like fraud.
Get it out of your system.
Klarna,
We're
whatever it
stepping
is,
into newness in
Ponzo
this
schemes, pyramid
Klarna.
scheme, whatever it is,
Get it out of
whatever
your
way you're
system.
utilizing to defraud people out of their money. Stop it
now. In
Stop
the name
asking people.
of Jesus. Stop it now. Raise your hand and say, Jesus, I surrender. Honestly, because it's financial abuse.
Stop
the cap in
asking
Jesus'
people for
name.
their bank cards. Stop it.
Stop peering over old lady's shoulder and writing down their bank card number. God is watching.
Even the
Stop
ones,
using
even
PayPal.
the worst ones are the ones that are waiting by the cash machine round the corner. They're seeing old people withdrawing their money, and then you're running up to them and you're stealing it. Be careful.
Watch and pray. For you know not when the Son of Man cometh. That is how we are choosing to leave
What
you.
a way
Powerful.
to end. the
Amen.
show.
We love you
Guys.
all.
Hallelujah.
We
Thank you so
appreciate
much
you
for
all.
watching and
What happens in our
for getting to the end.
Representation of our group chat. And I'm so glad you get to
Honestly,
Whoever's made it to the end, God bless you.
God
and I
bless
hope
you.
that message touched you.
resonate.
we will make sure you heard it.
Don't ever take the easy way out. It's not worth it.
Anyway, thank you so much, guys. We'll see you on our next episode. Bye.
Bye.